If you're contemplating a social media detox, I'm going to tell you why I totally think you should, how it completely changed my life for the better in so many ways, in a career aspect, emotional aspect, mental health aspect, and just so many different reasons. So stay tuned for that video and I'll see you guys on the other side. Hey guys, welcome back to another video on Self Mastery Mentor. As you know, my name's April Kodwa, and this video is going to be about my social media detox and how it changed my life. So if you guys are contemplating a social media detox, I am telling you right now, do it. It will change your life dramatically. If you guys want to read about my blog, you can go ahead to my website in the description box below and check out my blog called Vanished, where I talk about my social media detox and all the different things that I experienced. If you guys want to check out a little bit of my writing style, as well as the video. So let's go ahead and jump on in. I did my social media detox starting in June of 2019. And I deleted my Instagram and Facebook. I just deactivated it for a month. I did about 7 weeks for a challenge just to see if I could do it. And then I got back on and I was like really excited to get back on. And within 36 hours, my boss and my roommate both noticed a difference in my temperament. So before I tell you the reasons on why I actually deleted my social media, I want to first tell you that I did. So what I did was I did the detox first, and the detox was just from June of 2019 until I think it was July 17th or something like that. So I did like 7 weeks of a detox. I deleted my Instagram, Facebook. I did not have a Snapchat at the time. That was already gone. I believe I didn't use that. And never made a TikTok or Twitter, any of those. Obviously LinkedIn, but I don't go on it. So it really was kind of irrelevant. But I did a detox, got rid of the Instagram and Facebook, which is the two I was on the most. And then after 7 weeks, I got back on for 36 hours. My roommate and boss noticed a difference in my temperament. And then within 36 hours, I chose to permanently delete the accounts. So Facebook was actually just deactivated long-term, but Instagram was permanently deleted. So now after a year and a half off, in December, I finally got back on Facebook. I still don't use it that much. I'm trying to, but I just can't get myself to, honestly. And then I also have an Instagram for the channel. If you guys want to go ahead and follow that, my Instagram is at theselfmasterymentor.com, which you can also check out in the description box below. So let's go ahead and get back into why I permanently deleted it, so you guys can kind of understand my mentalities and the different thought processes that I had. And then I got back on and I was like really excited to get back on. And within 36 hours, my boss and my roommate both noticed a difference in my temperament. They noticed a difference in my emotional well-being. And at the time, I had been going just through like a lot of different things, processing a lot of different emotions, really kind of like waking up and raising my vibration to a higher level of consciousness. So I was also learning a lot of different things and learning a lot of different life lessons, going and playing out a lot of karma and just difficult things in my life aside from, getting off of social media. And some of the things that caused me to delete my social media were actually I didn't like the way there was a lot of superficial things on there. It was all about, hey, look at me, hey, look at this. And it really enforced a lot of like the lack mentalities into us, and, just like the emotional drain of not having the relationship or not having the cars or whatever it is that each person, desires, those materialistic things. It was really kind of just shoved in your face all the time, and look what this person's got and this person, and blah, 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 and all these kind of things where you're spending all your time looking at everyone else and what everyone else has and the new thing to buy or the new product or all these different things that I just felt like it wasn't really conducive to me and my growth, because I had spent so much time looking at other people's lives, which are never going to truly benefit my own. So after I deleted them, some of the things I first experienced were an identity crisis and an ego death. So an identity crisis is when you're just losing your mind on who am I, what am I about, what am I worth, all these different things, and your mind is just blowing up, going 100 miles a minute. And when you don't have those accounts and you get off of them, let me tell you, you will experience a little bit of an identity crisis because you've spent so much of your time being on those, associating with those, looking at your online persona, and therefore associating yourself with certain identities. And when you cut that off, you no longer have that identity to associate with. And I noticed a lot when I would go on different dates or different things, in the beginning, there was a lot of negative feedback on me deleting the Instagram. I would have guys say they wouldn't date me, that it was weird that I didn't have a social media, they didn't have an Instagram, and like, how am I gonna show you off, and blah, 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 and things like that. And it just was honestly very like surprising. I didn't expect to get negative feedback from people just because I didn't have an app, and I didn't have an online persona like they wanted. And it really kind of brought me down for a little bit and really made me like second guess myself, like, what the heck am I doing? I'm crazy. I deleted my Instagram and all the followers, and like, what am I doing? Blah, 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 blah. And then I felt kind of worthless. I felt like I was nothing. I felt like I was nobody. I felt stupid. I felt small. I felt insignificant. I felt awful about myself just because I didn't have a freaking Instagram account. And honestly, nobody should ever feel that way because they don't have an app. After some time of, reevaluating everything and changing my perspective, I realized that if I felt good about getting rid of the social media and I supported it and I felt good, other people would acknowledge that energy and embrace that energy. And so when I made that conscious decision in my mind to feel good about it, I started noticing other people started feeling good about it as well. And then I would start to meet people or start to go on dates where people actually loved the fact that I wasn't just all over social media and they couldn't really find me. They didn't really know anything about me. And so they got to know me for me instead of whatever photos I just chose to portray and put out there. And it really, started painting a really nice picture in my mind. And, to the people around me, people actually really, really loved it. And they started embracing it and telling me that they wish they could and they would if it wasn't for work and certain different things and how they wanted to do one. And I had other people, say how proud of me they are and to how, it inspires them. And it just turned out to bring a lot of very good positive emotions my way. And it also really helped me in my professional standpoint because I work with a lot of very renowned and well-established individuals in my professional front. I had to make sure that I'm showing a very professional face. And so not having a social media actually helped me in a lot of ways. Sometimes clients, they wouldn't have a certain judgment or, thought towards me when they go to look me up. And it actually ended up helping me in the later part, which I'm going to explain to you guys later on in the video, how creating this channel and stuff helped me and getting back on social media helped me on a professional front, but that's for later. So let's keep going here. When I started to embrace who I was without social media and focus on me, my whole world changed in so many ways. I'm telling you right now. One of the main ways that my life changed was I focused all my time and attention on learning more and educating myself. I graduated from college in 2017, so I've been 3 years out, and I wasn't really learning much besides at my career and things like that, but I wasn't investing in a higher form of education. So getting off of social media and just learning things from YouTube and audiobooks and different online courses and things like that, I was able to expand my knowledge and expand my consciousness in so many ways. Through that, I also had more time to dedicate towards healing my childhood traumas, healing the things that were holding me back, heal certain mentalities that were holding me back, heal some emotions that I still hadn't processed and needed to process and release, and really kind of helped me expand my awareness, expand my knowledge, expand my consciousness, heal, become better, work and improve on me, and then therefore my whole world changed externally. That was a very, difficult process to get off of everything and only be learning and be kind of in that hermit mode where you're kind of lonely and not connected to anyone besides the people you directly see or directly have in your phone. And you'll notice the amount of connections that kind of fade away once you get off social media, because you really see who is actually your friend, who is truly there for you, who is meant to be in your life, and who is just kind of there on a surface level and very superficial. So deleting the social media does really give you a reality check of who's actually meant to be in your life and who is actually a prominent person in your life, and some of the people that just waste your time. So that's another difficult thing you have to process, that you have to remember, is learning to adjust to releasing certain relationships. And then once you do that, obviously you know who's real, so then you can kind of go forward with building solid foundations with those relationships. Another thing that I really enjoyed was my dating aspect. When I would date people and they had to get to know me for me, which we briefly touched on previously in this video, it was really nice. It was nice for people to just kind of like have to try and get to know me instead of just, oh, hey, here's my profile, make some assumptions. No, people had to actually do the work to get to know me, and therefore I was able to see those individuals that were actually interested in me and who I was without having a persona, an online profile to go look at and refer to. So it was very cool in that aspect. Also, my relationships improved. My dating relationships improved a lot. My friendships improved. A lot of my relationships improved because I didn't have constant access to all my friends and constant access to everything, and what you're doing and who you're with and what you ate for lunch, just that stupid stuff that we tend to do because the social platform's there and it encourages you to do that. It was better for my dating relationships when you just kind of more so fall into that state of trusting other people, not having to look at what they're doing, not having to check their profile, not just all that stupid stuff that we do subconsciously because the vehicle for that is there in front of us. And on our phones, instant access, all those different things. When you remove that vehicle, you then, rely on your own intuition, your own trust, your own just knowing that you chose a good person, or your friends are, there for you, and things like that. And all those negative subconscious things that we have built up in our minds tend to fade away. It does take time and it is a process, but it really helped me boost my own levels of self-esteem, my self-confidence, my trust with other people, as well as, just overall my happiness. The ways that it really, really changed me internally, like we said already, with raising my vibration and, really expanding my education and my consciousness. It also really helped me decide what I want in life and where I want to go and what is right for me. When you're constantly bombarded with distractions of social media, and that's what social media is, it is a distraction to your life unless you're using that platform for a business, for a career. It is a distraction. When I eliminated that distraction and focused on me, I was therefore able to flow all of my attention, all of my energy into creating something better. And so when you really think about the amount of time you spend on an app, 15 minutes here, 15 minutes here, 15 minutes here, all that time adds up and takes away from your creativity, takes away from the things that you're able to do and able to invest in, because your time is therefore spent on something else, that other vehicle, the other platform, right? So when I got rid of that, I decided I wanted to make a YouTube channel and teach people about all the different things I've been learning, teach people about how to just become happier and become a better version of themselves. And so I did that by creating the channel. And I had the idea to create the channel in like the later part of summer when I deleted the social media. And I created the account for the channel in October of 2019, but didn't film my first video until New Year's Eve of 2019, going into 2020, when I was actually in Hawaii on a solo trip. I later had a friend join me for the second part of the trip, and he was, such a great support system for me. His name is Blake, and he actually helped fuel me into making the channel and the book that I'm now writing that I'm hoping to have published by the end of the year, beginning of part of next year. And just being able to spend my time growing that channel, focusing on that, not having distractions, focus on creating the content, making the videos, of what we now have today, which is about, I think, 180 videos on the channel. It's a 1-year anniversary this past week on the 11th, so 1/11. If you guys have not entered my contest, I did just pull the winner for the 1-year anniversary contest for my 30-day manifestation workbook. But if you guys want to enter the contest, go down to my website down below in the description box. It's selfmasterymentor.com/contest, and I just saw 11:11 on the clock synchronistically. So you guys can enter that every quarter of the year. I will enter someone from that contest, and they will win something from me. Either that's going to be my 30-day manifestation workbook, my 3-month transformational workbook, or one of my programs, or something else. So every quarter there will be a winner. Go ahead and just put it in your first and last name, your email address, what you're grateful for, because that raises our vibration up to making us better and happier. And now back to the video. Sorry about that. But through that, I've been able to invest in many different things. I invested into making my website, making my channel, making different programs, creating that workbook that I told you about, the 2 workbooks, publishing a book, doing all these different things. Even in my professional standpoint, creating a development, creating different things that we're now working on in our professional standpoint, that I never thought I would have done otherwise. And honestly, I probably never would have done if I was in the same pattern of behavior as before, looking at Instagram, looking at the accounts, looking at this, looking at that, and being distracted by certain platforms and certain vehicles that really weren't helping me. So it was able to advance me in many different ways, advance me on a personal level, an emotional level, help me advance on my healing, on my own personal growth, and also create this platform for you guys. So I truly suggest everyone to do a social media detox. It was the best thing that ever happened to me. It helped me weed out people that weren't good for me. It helped me invest into me, eliminate my distractions, become more mentally and emotionally balanced, and truly fulfill my dreams and my passions. And by doing so, it also helped me get into alignment with the things that I always wanted to manifest, because I was getting out of that state of resistance, that internal state of resistance, which is the lack mentality, which you're always faced with through Instagram, and you're looking at everyone else's stuff, that subconscious lack mentality that it denotes to us, and that, lower vibrations of maybe not feeling enough or comparing or different things like that. When I erased those, my overall vibration was able to raise, and I was just able to become a better, a greater version of myself and complete things that I never thought I would have done. As well as set goals for things I never thought I would set goals for, and advance myself professionally and, personally way more than I would have ever done had I not deleted it. I would say I advanced myself through my healing, my emotional, mental stability, financial stability in ways over these last 1.5 years that I was off social media, more than I've ever done in the 5 years before that. So this was huge for me. And what you have to do is see social media as, social media is it's a tool, obviously, to either, advance yourself professionally or a distraction. So you need to realize whether you are a content creator or a content consumer. That's gonna really dictate whether the social media detox will be good for you or not. You can even just do like a week off, or only go on the weekends, or things like that. Just try to eliminate that vehicle for distractions from your life, just for a short period, and get rid of that like dopamine, do the dopamine detox, where you're just getting rid of all of that like superficial happiness or gratification. And that's where I do want to touch on a point with you guys about happiness versus gratification. But when you're doing a dopamine detox and you're getting rid of that social media for a little bit, you're getting rid of that gratification, that instant gratification that makes us think we're happy, but isn't actually true happiness. So basically the difference here between happiness and gratification is that happiness is long-term, and generally you have to sacrifice in order to get to that happiness, because you have to let go of certain things that aren't conducive to your growth, or certain things that aren't conducive to you truly being happy. And that could be certain relationships, certain people, certain things, certain mentalities. Everyone has a different story. And it's not for me to determine what your story is, it's for you to determine what your story is. So in order to get to happiness, we need to sacrifice short-term gratification. Social media is all about short-term gratification. And so it gives us this like rush of dopamine, this rush of happiness that creates like a false happiness and a false promise in our own mind that we believe we're thinking the same way. And it fuels our ego to believe that we're thinking a certain way, we're feeling a certain way, when really in all actuality, we're not. When you look at the lower, deeper surface or deeper part of that, instead of looking at the surface. So doing that sacrifice, right, to get to happiness was very difficult. It was very hard to let go of those likes and let go of those views and let go of those different things. But through that, I was able to then create a path to true happiness. And that's, where the channels came from. That's where all of this came from, was because of that social media detox and me truly healing and embracing aspects of myself that I, otherwise would never have done, and was afraid to do, certain insecurities that I had, certain mentalities, and therefore raise my vibration up into being my best version. I was able to identity shift and heal so many different habits and behaviors that for me were not the best, like being distracted and, not waking up at the first thing in the morning and working out and doing these different things. And honestly, I would recommend a social media detox to everyone. I feel like everyone should do it. Even if your business is running off of that, have someone else run your business for a week or so and just truly embrace and embody being you with no connection to the outside world. Understand you on a deeper soul level, and it will advance you in so many ways, you guys. So many ways. It will change your life. So I wanted to share this message with you guys. If you're thinking about doing a social media detox, I hope you do. If you want to read my blog post, go to my blog in the description box. It's called Vanished, and it's all about my social media detox that I did for the 1.5 years and how it changed my life. So stay tuned for you guys for weekly videos. I talk everything about self-mastery, empowerment, personal development, and law of attraction. If you're interested in a more spiritual journey, you can follow my other channel, Lux Goddess, in the description box below, where I talk about tarot, love, life, and law of attraction, and all about your soul growth and your soul development. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will talk to you guys very soon, and I will see you next week. If you're looking to purchase one of my workbooks or one of my programs, go ahead down below in the description box, check out my website, click the link, and check out the services I'm offering. So I will talk to you guys very soon. Don't forget to enter the contest for quarterly winners. I'll see you guys soon.